and welcome to In the Lab. Now we're here for another question and answer session. I'm Mr. Walker and I have got a guest host who you might recognise from a previous video.
Hi, I'm Alex and I am from Hanover.
Excellent. Now you might remember Alex from a Van der Graaf video and the link is appearing just at the top of the screen right now if you'd like to watch Alex make some nice screaming noises when he gets a shock off the Van der Graaf generator. It's well worth watching if you haven't watched it, isn't it? Yes, it is. But without further ado, let's go on to our questions.
Don't watch it, please.
He says don't watch it. I say do watch it. Okay. Question number one, Alex, what is it?
What is the point of magnification?
What is the point of magnification? Now there's someone that's got fed up in a lesson using a microscope, but do you know any reason, any point for it? Why do we do it?
To explore what is the close-up of things we cannot see at all or can hardly see, like the material of this laptop, for example. We can see really how, because when you rub your finger across it, it might feel pretty smooth, but to see how, what the real texture would look like, and see like bacteria that you can't see, like you can't see with your own eye, because it is too small, and I think that's pretty interesting. So if you're getting fed up, just think, this is actually really quite interesting.
I haven't got much to add to that because it's all about exploration and finding out things that you wouldn't be able to find out if you just used what we call the naked eye. Now I've got some pictures for you to have a look at, Alex, and I want you to tell me what you think they are. We've zoomed right in, we've used a microscope, and here is the first picture on the screen. So people at home, have a look at the screen and you'll be able to see this image. What do you think this image is? Now, have a go. Alex, what do you reckon? Oh, he's very confused. He is very confused.
I want to say a butterfly.
A butterfly? Could be a butterfly.
Or a Pepsi.
Pepsi. Do you know what? That's closer. You're actually closer with Pepsi. That is zoomed in some espresso coffee beans.
Oh, I like coffee.
Yeah, that's what it looks like under the microscope. Let's have a look at another image. On the screen now is appearing image number 2. So have a look at that, people at home. What do you think that is? Over to you, Alex. What do you reckon?
Couldn't tell you. It's like a firework, but
It is like a firework, isn't it? All those colours coming out from the centre.
yes.
I bet everyone at home is looking at that thinking, what is this? What could it possibly be?
Yeah, if you're understanding what that is straight away, then please explain to me your knowledge.
Well, I'm going to explain it to you right now. That's actually a close-up of an eye, and those are retinal cells coming out from an eye.
I can see that now.
There you go.
I've had a close-up of my eye once at the hospital, and I can see it similar.
Excellent. Here's image number 3 coming up on the screen. What do you think, people at home? What could that be? This is a more popular image. I think a lot of people have seen this before. Have you seen it, Alex?
I'm sure I've seen something similar. But
it's multicoloured. There's lots of little blobs.
Crystal or something.
You're getting closer. That's not bad. That's actually a close-up of the beach. That's sand. That's what it looks like under a microscope.
I mean, I could have guessed that too.
You could have guessed that, but you didn't. Maybe someone at home did. Let's have a look at our final image. We're going to go onto this one here. There you go. What's that? What's that, people at home? What could it possibly be?
Oh, I think I know.
You think you know? Would you like to tell us?
Part of it, it's like a spider. It's like a spider foot.
It is a spider foot. Believe it or not, that's what a spider foot looks like when you zoom in. In fact, I'm enjoying this so much, I'm going to put one more up. What do you think that is? What could it be? What could it be?
It's like that is definitely a butterfly.
That's a butterfly. He's got it. He's spot on. That's the close-up of the underside of a butterfly wing.
What's the underside? Oh,
The underside will be
That
when you
makes
go
sense.
underneath.
Yes.
Yeah. So the side you don't normally see when they're flapping around.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are some amazing images that you can see if you use a microscope. So what's the point of magnification? Well, we can enjoy discovering new things and playing some fun games.
It can be
just
interesting. You could be the first to have ever thought, what does that look like? Like I'm sure people have done it, but like, what does this water bottle look like under a microscope? And you could be the first to find out what the material looks like. I assume someone's looked at plastic before, but
Yeah.
there's something you might not have seen of before.
Absolutely, you never know. You could be a pioneer in the area of microscopy. Well, that's our first question. Alex, what's our second question?
Second question is, who named it science?
Who named science science? Where does the name come from? Well, I had to research this myself because I had no idea. And people think that it was a guy called Francis Bacon, and he was the Lord Chancellor of England, and this is back in the 1500s or the 16th century. He wasn't a scientist, he was a statesman and a philosopher, and he decided, as far as we can tell, that we needed a name for this emerging amount of knowledge that we had, and he called it science. Now, we only think that he did it. It might have been someone else, but it was certainly round about that time, and it's often attributed to him. So there you go. That's why we call it science. We can thank Mr. Bacon. Great name.
Potentially.
Potentially. Absolutely right. Question number 3. Exactly.
Number 3. This is a 2-part question.
Oh, yeah.
So, number 1, how do fireworks change colour?
Right. Okay. And what's the second part?
The second question of that question is, why is some fire red and some is blue?
Oh, now I know that some of you watching this video will know the answer to that because you have studied this in science. You've used various metal particles, you've put them into the flame of a Bunsen burner, and you've seen different colours come off. Because different metals, when they're burnt, give off different colours. It's all about how much you excite the electrons, and when they get excited and they bounce back to their normal state, what kind of light comes off it. I'm going to show you. I'm not just going to tell you, we are going to have a look at some metals, 2 in particular, and we're going to see what colours come off them. So we're over at the bench here and we're going to do the experiment that I mentioned. You might have noticed that Alex has changed slightly into Hannah and he's duplicated himself over her shoulder. We've got 2 guest presenters now and they're here to watch what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you what you think. You might remember doing this in the past. I've got some magnesium powder. Now, the symbol that's appearing on the screen right now is on the little bottle. What do you think that is, you two? What does it mean?
Flammable.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
It does. It means flammable. You get a point at home if you got that right. So I have to be very careful with this. But of course we do want to burn it. That's the whole point of this experiment. So as long as we do it very safely, we can burn magnesium powder. I said that different metals give off different colours. Hannah, what colour is this going to give, this magnesium powder?
Lilac.
Lilac. Oh, an interesting idea. What do you reckon? It's a common one. What do you think? You're looking at it like it's going to give you a clue.
Dust.
Dust. What colour?
Silver dust.
Silver dust. It's going to give silver light. Is that what you reckon?
Probably.
Probably. Let's find out. So watch very carefully. Let's see what happens when I take some magnesium powder and I just gently flick it into here.
Yeah, I was right.
Oh, you were kind of right. We'll do a flick a little bit
You were
more.
both kind of right.
If I
It
flick
looks like
even
that.
more,
Oh.
It's both.
we can
It's
get
like
quite.
firework.
It's like a firework. What is it very much like that you
Well, I
would
want to have a go.
hold in your hand on bonfire night?
Sparkler.
Ah, there we go. Just like that. So we can flick it.
Just don't burn your hand.
My eyes
Exactly.
aren't
Don't
happy
burn
with
your hand. So I can flick it in there and I'll do a bit more. Ready?
that. Oh, my eyes weren't
Nice.
happy with that.
There we go. Oh, it's fun, isn't it? And here's the second one. I have got some ethanol, which burns really well. I've put some copper powder in there. So what colour do you think is going to come off when we do copper powder?
Probably copper.
Copper colour.
I'm gonna go with gold.
Oh, we've got gold and a copper colour. Well, the question asked about red and blue flames. Now, we're not actually going to do red or blue. We've done a kind of silver colour, and we're going to do a kind of green.
Green.
Isn't that quite nice? I can keep going like this. Whoa, you kind of want to
It's like what you
go,
see on
you want to
a-
go
yeah.
Expelliarmus.
Is
don't you, like
that, do they do this behind a green screen or no, or like a blue screen? The equivalent
I
of
was
green
gonna say, because
screen?
you do have a green screen.
You might
Because
notice
it's
that
fire.
It's fire.
the desk
Really?
is on fire, but it's okay because the ethanol burns off so quickly it doesn't damage the desk. So I
Is
can
that
keep
how-
doing that.
Is
And
that,
it doesn't matter at all if I light the
Yeah.
desk. It's
is
not
that
a
how?
problem.
Is that how they do the film?
I
But
can
like
even
a blue
spray it
screen?
on there
Cool. Is that not
and
burning
it will
the
burn
side?
off before the desk.
I saw a little
Oh,
spark.
guys.
Less than maximum.
In fact, I can even do that and it's not hot. It burns off that quickly. I don't want you to do it just in case. I'm taking all of the risks. Let's do it one more time and then we'll wrap up our wonderful video. Here we go. Are you ready? The copper flame, which is a lovely green. Well, that's it for another edition of In the Lab. Thank you very much for watching. And I must say, a great well done to our cameraman, Stephen Topping. Well done. See you later.
Please remember to like and subscribe to In the Lab.
Like and subscribe to In the Lab.